Shall we kick things off?
Yes.
Let's get cracking.
So welcome everybody to the first in our series of short stories. Today you have with me Amelia Woods and the lovely Tom. Amelia and I will be taking you through a platform demo, a brief intro into StoryStream, and then we'll show you some live examples of customers that we're loving right now. And Tom is going to take you through a brand new product feature. Here's just a little agenda written down for you. So yeah, Amelia, if you want to kick things off.
Yeah, amazing. Thanks, Charlotte. So some of you may or may not be aware of StoryStream, who we are and what we do. So to kick things off, I just want to give kind of a quick summary introduction to StoryStream. So we are a visual commerce platform and we specialize in user-generated content and live video shopping. So what does this mean? This means essentially we help global brands and retailers turn real visual content created by real people like you and me into the most engaging ways to shop online. So essentially, it's all about helping brands provide an engaging, relatable, and humanized online shopping experience, which results in an increase in engagement and conversions. And I really like this quote. I think it sets the scene quite nicely with what we do at StoryStream. So this is from Emily Wise, the CEO of Glossier, and she said, Amazon really solved buying, but killed shopping in the process. And this is kind of because so many brands are lacking that kind of authentic, humanized touch when online shopping. So it can be sort of very transactional, kind of static and kind of uninspiring, more kind of, oh, I need to buy a t-shirt, I'm going to go and search for one, rather than a kind of enjoyable shopping experience where you can browse and engage and find new products. So that's where StoryStream comes into play really nicely, because we want to help brands create the most authentic shopping experience with real content. And I think these two images kind of summarize it quite nicely. So on the left, you've got your kind of classic product imagery, which, don't get me wrong, there's definitely a place for this. But on the other hand, you've got this authentic user-generated content where you can see a real relatable person wearing this outfit, which straight away you can kind of imagine what this would look like on yourself by being able to see it on a real person. And I guess I only need to ask you guys as an audience, you know, which piece of content resonates with you more when you're thinking about purchasing a product.
Great, thanks, Amelia. Yeah, I definitely think we can all relate there. It's very difficult to imagine a product like on yourself or, you know, on anybody really when you just see it, you know, laid in a very generic way. So that was a brief intro to us. And now we're going to take you really into the world of StoryStream with a platform demo video. Now, excuse me, for a couple minutes, you're going to have two of me on the screen. But yeah, fingers crossed this works with sound, but please let us know if you can't hear it. Customers trust real content created by real people, more than traditional marketing content. In fact, 72% of brands believe UGC builds better trust with their customers. With so much content available, how can brands find good quality content and use it with the user's permission whilst also generating sales? StoryStream is a content curation platform that specializes in user-generated content experiences for e-commerce. We help leading brands and retailers to source authentic and real content created by their customers and seamlessly integrate it into their online shopping experiences to grow engagement and sales. StoryStream offers a best-in-class platform to both source and manage the rights to user-generated content at scale. Using patent-pending AI, we analyze content to find the best quality and fit for any brand. We also offer a full rights management workflow, ensuring that every piece of content can legally be used. StoryStream offers a range of highly engaging content formats that can easily be integrated across a brand's homepage, category and product pages, and inspiration galleries, showcasing relevant UGC right at the point of purchase. Content is also mobile and SEO friendly and can easily be personalized to create true one-to-one customer experiences. All content can be made directly shoppable in StoryStream, allowing customers to purchase directly from any content that they see. By connecting with e-commerce feeds, our AI can automatically match products to content, allowing you to easily tag thousands of posts in no time at all. StoryStream provides the analytics and insights to directly track the impact that UGC has on your e-commerce experience. Leading e-commerce brands can see up to a 25% increase in conversion rates, a 60% increase in average order value, and a 40% increase in site engagement. So that was just a brief introduction to our platform. So we wanted to now go through a couple of maybe common questions that we get quite a lot. So the first one being, so how do we get content from social media into StoryStream? So to collect the content, we set up feeds. Now, feeds can be associated to hashtags, mentions, and they can come from a variety of different social channels. So you'll see here on the screen the wide variety of social platforms and even messaging channels that we can integrate into the platform. So that should give you a bit of an introduction to how we get content into the platform. We can also upload content through URLs, as you saw in the final frame.
Fab. So another question we often get asked is, and this is a hot topic right now, AI. How does AI work in StoryStream's platform?
Well, funnily enough, I have another video to talk you through that. So StoryStream's AI system is called Aura. Now, Aura analyzes images that go into the platform and creates these beautiful product tags that you can see at the side. So Aura will tell you, what is in the image, so what the image is comprised of, whether it's a high quality image, whether the image is likely to be taken indoors, outdoors. It could even tell you, is the image on a beach, does it have boats in it, etc. So that's how we use AI. So I'm sure you've heard enough from me. So now we'd like to introduce the lovely Tom and our live video shopping.
Amazing. Thank you so much. So that was a great kind of context and overview to StoryStream's user-generated content side of filling the content gap. But another kind of string to StoryStream's bow and one of the suite of tools that you're able to use as well in terms of servicing customers in a way that is capitalizing on people needing that content to inspire and affirm different purchases and to engage and nurture people down conversion journeys is using our live video shopping functionality. So traditionally, or maybe not traditionally, using social commerce tools, people are familiar with being able to engage with products that are being described on Instagram through live shows and on TikTok through live shopping as well. But the difficulty there is that there is a limited nature in terms of being able to market your show or kind of having any data or ownership or responsibility around the people that are actually checking out your content. And that's what StoryStream's about. So from a customer ownership perspective, the StoryStream live video shopping solution gives brands and retailers the ability to have a little bit more control over the way that your products are being shown, how they're, what kind of lights they're in, who's describing them, and enables you to really look at the funnel and conversion journey that those people are taking. So it's not just happening on social, you're bringing people across to owned channels that you then have a little bit more visibility on from a data perspective. So that's really what it's about. And I've got a demo that I'll show you soon. So in terms of the flow of how StoryStream's kind of studio area is able to orchestrate all of this. So we have a new area in the platform that was released earlier this year. And what you're able to do here is completely produce all of the assets and the collateral, and gain the embed codes, and deliver a shoppable experience all from one area. So everything from defining where your live video source is coming in from, or uploading an on-demand video that you might want to launch with to your customers at a specific time and date, to doing chat moderation, and to showing the products that are being described by your product experts. And then also the kind of actual front end thing that your viewers are then seeing. So the thing that's embedded on your site as well. So that's all controlled from one neat area in the platform. So over onto the brands that are using this at the moment, we have a wide variety of auto and e-com brands that are using the new solution and who are filling the content gap in terms of getting a wide variety of expert-led product tutorials, kind of try-ons and things like that over to their customers. And we see it working particularly well across the fashion and beauty spaces as well, but it's definitely a one-size-fits-all solution. There's no restrictions, and there's plenty of applications that you can use for the solution. So an example that paints a little bit of a better picture is a case study that we've got here from Look Fantastic, who did a live video shopping show in collaboration with Lancome. And they did a product tutorial, so it was a makeup tutorial. And out of the back of that, kind of the results that we saw really spoke to how much people are interested in this content. They're used to seeing it on social and engaging with it over there. But in order to really nurture someone's journey, those kind of content relationships and content engagements that people are having are much better serviced on owned channels. So you can see here, for example, over the benchmarks, 280% session duration increase for those viewers that were engaging with the video content. So they were looking to not only engage with that content, but then also spending longer on the site than the baselines as well. You'll notice that a fifth of those went on to convert as well. So over to the product display pages of the products that were featured in there. And also that there was a 4 times increase in the average time on page. So if you start to think, if you're really getting into a rhythm of creating these videos and doing monthly campaign drops or specific themes, that kind of thing, you're able to kind of produce a nice inspiration gallery and a place that people know that they can come to, that they can start to really see the ins and outs of the products rather than just seeing traditional PDPs. That was really good. In terms of how the show actually looks, so a little bit more of a deeper dive in terms of what viewers actually see. It's all of the standard kind of pieces that you would expect to come from live video shopping experiences. It's obviously built mobile first, as all StoryStream experiences are. We're seeing prolific takeoff of portrait video content, not only because of our screen sizes and orientations just working well for full screen video content, but TikTok and Instagram massively propelling that with Reels and TikTok videos as well. At the top, you'll see there's live viewer and brand chat as well. So an opportunity for people to be asking questions and to have that one-to-one relationship that they haven't previously had with the brand in a comment section, which is, very static. It's a great place to be pinning messages, for example, as well. If you've got a specific discount code that's only eligible for the people who are actually in the video at that specific time, then that's another great way to create a buzz and, just a buzz around a specific new campaign drop. At the bottom, we've obviously got the star of the show. This is the dynamic product feed, and this is a way that you can get your products experts to be in sync with the things that are being discussed at the specific time. So you could either have your presenter who's also coordinating the products coming up on screen, or you can have a team of moderators. It really depends on how you've marketed it and how many people are coming in to view that chat. And then obviously at the bottom right-hand side, we've got emoji reactions as well, everyone's favorite. So another great way to gauge buzz around specific products. And if you think of when you're doing this live, if you're starting to see emoji reactions roll in on a specific product, your presenter could choose to dwell on it for a little bit longer, to spend more time there, to be answering more questions, that kind of thing. And then over to the studio side of things. So I spoke a little bit about how this is all controlled from one place, and I won't dwell too long on this slide because I do have a here's one I made earlier moment in a demo. But it's super straightforward. So you've got your chat moderation, you've got your video stream, and your product playlist. So I think I'll dive into the platform and just give a flavor of what that looks like and how straightforward it is to set up. Thank you so much. Make sure that's the right screen. How are we looking? Perfect, I've got the thumbs up. Okay, cool. So this is a studio example of one I made earlier, so for short stories today. So we've got our breakup of the chat moderation panel, we've got our video stream, and we've got our product playlist. Obviously, the key assets are that you've got content to be showing. So you can see here we need a couple of things that are required to get started. So in our video source, for the purposes of today, because I didn't want to dual stream a live video and try and do a webinar presentation at the same time, so I've gone with upload files. So there's the opportunity to have a polished, edited, high fidelity video that you have produced separately, maybe with agencies, that kind of thing, that you are wanting to present to people. So you could produce a series and you could upload these over the course of a week, for example. However, new functionality here is that we also support a live feed in as well. So your presenters could be doing these shows on the fly as questions are coming in. They're able to have that discussion with the people who are in the chat moderation panel and things like that. So two different ways that you can start to either dip your toe in with live video streaming, or if you're a veteran, you could dive straight into the live video as well. So it's two really exciting ways to get content out there. The chat moderation panel will come to life in a second when I go live with the video. But over here on the right-hand side, we've got our product playlist. So I've taken a couple of products here just to demo the functionality, but you can set these up way ahead in advance if you needed to. But this is the control center from where you choose to feature your products that are being spoken about by your teams. So if I go over to what this would look like on a demo page, I'm using Ole Henriksen as a demo brand for the purposes of today. And if you scroll down a little bit, we are seeing here a couple of upcoming shows. So we've got one today, we've got one tomorrow, and one the day after. So you can start to see this is that case study I was referencing earlier around creating a hub of high quality video assets that people can go to, where they can really get into the detail of your products that they might not be getting on category pages or product display pages. So I'm going to go ahead and choose to start this video. So I'm going to kick my show off, and you'll see that at this point, I'll get a view of exactly what my viewers are seeing. And I'm in live mode. I've been on air for a couple of seconds, so I'll come over here, and you can see that this video is now playable and watchable. So I'll go ahead and choose to expand that one. So I've got my live view here. Over here, this is where the chat moderation would happen. You can have as many moderators as you might need, depending on the volume of questions that you're anticipating. But I'll just go with hello and welcome to today's show. Over as a viewer, I'm seeing that message come in, and I'm also able to engage with that as me, Tom, who's signed in as a user. Loving the show today. And over in the chat moderation dashboard, you can see Tom sent a message. We can reply, we can delete, we can ban this user if they're being spammy. In terms of once my presenters are talking about a specific product, I can then choose to highlight that. And you'll notice here that the product is then highlighted on the right-hand side. So you can iterate through the products as they're being described. We show one product at once, but you can flip back between as many products as you might need. And it's probably a good time as well to show that this is obviously the desktop view, but we do have our mobile view as well. So this is what we imagine the majority of people would be seeing, but your chat at the top, your products down in the right, and the video plays through, and it can be as long or short as you need. So I think that's everything I had from kind of a quick deep dive. Is that a thing? Can you do a quick deep dive to live video shopping? But I'm going to go ahead and stop that video and stop screen sharing as well.
Great, thanks, Tom. And I'm sure we'll have some questions on that later. So now it's back to myself and Amelia. And what we wanted to share with you is some real life examples. So as it says on the screen, what we're loving now. So we're going to jump straight in And I must say, you know, Amelia and I both say this, we love all of our customers, but we've just chosen a couple today that we really want to shout about. So we're going to jump straight into Boden. And yeah, Amelia, over to you.
Amazing, cool. So I'm going to walk you guys through Boden's UGC module today. I'm going to share kind of a few highlights and what I really love that Boden are doing. So first things first is at the top, they have this sentence, share your own wardrobe wins with @Boden Clothing, and you could be featured right here. So straight away, by having that kind of centralized @ mention, their audience know where they can talk about their products on social, meaning that from kind of a brand's point of view, they've got a centralized hub where all their UGC can be collected. Secondly, I think it's really great how they split their UGC into categories. So they've got women, children, and then they've got a section for all of their content. I think kind of from a user experience point of view, this is super engaging and really easy for the customer to kind of come online and be able to see the content that they're interested in really within the click of a button. So I think that works really well and can work well across kind of multiple industries where they can split their content into categories. Next, we've actually integrated with their product catalog, which you guys would have seen earlier. And again, from a customer kind of point of view, making that shopping experience so easy. I can see a dress that I really like and I can purchase it from the homepage rather than having to kind of scroll through the dress section and try and find that dress that I really liked. So from a conversion point of view, this works really well. It's super engaging. And again, from a user experience, it's just really helpful to be able to shop directly from the image. They have this direct upload feature at the bottom of the module. And again, if we're thinking about customers who perhaps aren't on social media or they have a private Instagram account, but are kind of happy for their content to be shared on their website, this is a really great tool to, again, kind of generate more customer content. As consumers like myself, I could upload a piece of Boden content directly into the StoryStream platform from the website. So again, another really easy, straightforward way of kind of generating more content, because as a brand, you know, you can never have too much content. So I really like that feature. And last but certainly not least, Boden's UGC module expands into a whole gallery inspiration hub. So kind of think of this as a lookbook or sort of a digital magazine, and it's just got that look and feel where, I don't know about you, but you just kind of want to keep scrolling. It's super engaging. You've got everything from dresses to swimwear, evening wear, and it's just, you're looking at products that you would kind of probably never see yourself and you wouldn't choose to look at, which gives you, again, kind of new ideas of things you can purchase. But it's just super engaging and you just want to keep scrolling. So again, if we're thinking kind of from a metrics point of view, those dwell times and that engagement, something like this works really well for those.
Yeah, I know, you know, Amelia and I, even just creating, you know, this session, I think I've added about 5 different items to my basket. And now I'm like, oh my God, I really want that waistcoat. And so I think it, you know, like Amelia said, it really increases dwell time, and it maybe helps to inspire someone who isn't quite sure where to begin on a website, or really doesn't really know what they're after. It really just helps to show those use cases as well, which I think we really love. Great. So we have got a little bit of time, so we're just going to show you one other use case example that we're really loving, which is Elemis. So Elemis is a skincare brand, and what we're loving from Elemis is they have a homepage mosaic. So why we think this is great is, you imagine shopping skincare products online, it's really difficult to imagine the consistency, you know, how that's going to go onto your skin and things like that. So really utilizing video content in this mosaic on Elemis's site has proven to be a really great asset for them. So much so that they implemented it across 5 different markets, and they have different content depending on which market it's in as well. So that really shows how the StoryStream platform can, you know, adapt to different markets. So if we just click into one of these, you can see it's the same as with Boden. You can directly shop the product that you're seeing in video content. And yeah, it's just highly engaging product. So if I jump across to the Australian one, you'll see again, the content is different. So yeah, Elemis is another use case, and we're really yeah, we're really loving how they're using our product.
And I think in terms of kind of beauty and skincare, video can work really well kind of from an educational point of view. Because I know if I get a new product, I'm like, oh, I'm actually not sure how I use this. So being able to watch kind of how someone applies it, how they use it, is really helpful. So that's where kind of video UGC can come into play really nicely.
Yeah. Great. So I think I'm just going to skim through to any questions. So yeah, I think we did have a couple go into the chat.
Yeah, I'll read questions out. So somebody's asked, Tom, I think this one's aimed at you, kind of about live video shopping. Is there a limit to the number of products you can tag on a live video shopping?
I'll give a technical answer and a recommended answer. Technically, no. However, you've got to consider that these videos need to be long enough for people to want to invest in them and create a bit of a buzz around them, but short enough to be attention grabbing. So I think we've published some research and some recommendations on this. We've got an ebook and a blog post. So I think we're recommending about 10 to 15 minutes per video. And I think that's what the brands have been doing. So while there isn't any platform limitation, I guess it's just a consideration of how many products should I be featuring. I think there's definitely use cases for just featuring one product. If it's a thing that you're going to spend the full 15 minutes talking about, there's a lot to go into, there's loads of detail. I want to show try-ons, I want to show tutorials, versus maybe I've got an entire line of new clothes coming out in a specific summer range that I want to be showing off with models and things like that. So, you know, you can have as many products as you might need. It's all about how you're kind of fine tuning, and it will definitely iterate over time, just finding what works with you, with your audience. It will massively vary across audience as well.
Amazing, cool. And kind of off the back of that, somebody's asked, we've thought about live video shopping, but not sure who's best to present it. Can we kind of shed some light on presenters?
Yeah, definitely. So I think from the research that we had done with our initial brands that piloted this at the beginning of the year, they found that influencers were great and were working well, but the things that were really resonating with people were product experts. And I've definitely seen this from one of my ideal brands, Farrow & Ball. Their creative director has become almost a bit of an influencer status themselves. So it's kind of playing hand in hand, but the product expert led videos definitely seem to have the best engagement. They were answering questions really well, and people, it just snowballed more questions and things like that. So we would say product experts. I think there's definitely places for influencers and things like that, but if they aren't able to answer questions, that, you know, that this live video experience is the forum for people to be going to be getting those answers. So we think a product expert is best.
Yeah, amazing. That's great. And then what happens after a live video shopping experience? If I can't make it live, but I want to watch the video, like how can I then watch it?
Yeah, so I've answered this one in the chat, so I'll kind of just reiterate. But if you imagine, so you know, you've gone through the inspiration style gallery of user generated content, but once these videos are complete and you've ended the show, everything is wrapped up. So you've got the video, you've got the chat messages as they came in at the right time, you've got the products that were featured as they were being described by your product experts, as well as the emoji reactions. They're all wrapped up into one kind of on-demand playable video. You don't need to embed anything different. It just does it automatically in the background. And 1 minute later, you've got a playable video that's available for anyone coming after. So this is a great way for you to create a bit of a hub of, you know, a nice visual knowledge bank of all of the way that your product should be used, answered by real people. And that doesn't need to just live on that inspiration hub as well. If you think this could absolutely be embedded on the category page for my product line launch, or say I was just talking about one product, that absolutely lives on the PDP. It's a great bit of Q&A and a great real world example of those products being used.
Amazing. We're up for time, but there's one more question in the chat. End on this one. If we were looking to curate and engage with UGC of a certain product, is the AI able to segment these specific products in the back end?
Yeah, I think it definitely varies in terms of the kind of accurate nature of the AI. We can definitely tune things and work with you to make sure that content is being dynamically segmented. So we have a wide variety of skills with thousands of different data points that we're looking at from a computer vision and AI perspective. We do a lot of that for all of our automotive and e-commerce brands already. I'm not sure which vertical this is in relation to, but because there's so many different data points, we're able to kind of create a bit of a cookbook of the things that we care about in the imagery, and then to dynamically segment those into streams means that, you know, of all of the feed content that you've got coming in, you've got one place that you know that you can go to that is guaranteed to have all of this high quality content of the products that you care about. So kind of from a more general product perspective, yes, and with some fine tuning and in the background, we can get into the detail of specific mascaras, for example, that kind of thing.
Amazing. Fab. Well, we're up to time, so we'll wrap things up there. But thanks so much, everyone, for joining. We hope you kind of found this interesting, insightful. Any further questions, feel free to reach out, and we'll follow up with the recording so you can always watch back in your own time.
Yeah, thank you so much for joining, everyone. And to my 2 additional hosts, thank you so much.